Tide is sitting pretty right now. So you should be embarrassed. You should be ashamed of yourself. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This your boy Keelon coming back once again. Talk about my Alabama Crimson Tide. To celebrate concerning my Alabama. Let's all get up on our feet and yell, roll Tide, baby. Nobody beat my Alabama Crimson Tide. That's a great song.
That's the way I say it.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the show. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again, talking about my Alabama Crimson Tide. Hope everybody doing good out there today. Hope everybody had a great day, and I hope everybody is having a great work week. But if you ain't, don't worry about it. It'll get better soon as Friday is over, because it'll be the weekend. But anyway, we're going to talk about our Alabama Crimson Tide today. We're going to talk about this, my starting 22 as of right now for 2026. All right. Talk about Keelon Russell, Austin Mack also. And we're going to talk about if Coach Kalen DeBoer and this Alabama Crimson Tide don't make it to the playoffs. Will it be Coach Kalen DeBoer's last year in Tuscaloosa? Also, do we have any issues as of right now with this Alabama football team? But before we get to that, shout out to everybody in the chat, especially the Kangaroo Click. If you're not a member of the Kangaroo Click, make sure you go to that home page, hit that membership button, follow the instructions so you can become a member of the Kangaroo Click. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time OKB posts and go live. But without further ado, we got a special guest for tonight, man. Let's all, everybody, let's all put our hands together for the one, the only fair weather fan van. What's going on, man?
Man, I ain't had an introduction like that since, man, high school.
High school?
Yeah.
How many years ago was that? About 40?
For me, I'm going to have to think on it. 18.
That's it?
Yeah, man. I'm still a kid.
Man, you a youngster, man.
Yes, sir.
18. Man, 18 years. Well, 18 years ago. That was 2026. So let's go back 16 years ago. That was 2008.
Yes, sir.
Man, you know what I was at in then? Man, I was in drill sergeant school.
I needed to be.
Yeah, man, 2008. Oh, man, yeah, you're a youngster, man. I can't imagine graduating. I wish I would have graduated in 2008. That means I'd be a youngster. But hey, it's all good, though. It's all good. I'm blessed to be where I'm at.
That's right.
So shit, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk about Alabama. We'll talk a little bit about A-Day. But I went through the roster, man, and you know, I came up with my starting 22 right now. 11 on defense and 11 on offense. All right. So I'm gonna tell you who I got starting, and I want you to tell me if I got the right guy, in your opinion, or you would have somebody else, and why. So That's the way we'll do it.
Hey, I love it.
Yeah, man. Let me get my star in 22. We just gonna jump right on into this now. All right, for y'all in the chat, we just gonna jump right on into it. But see what my let me see how I want to put it. My fellow fair weather fan, we're gonna see if we see things eye to eye. So at quarterback, it's the obvious, Keelon Russell. And the reason why I would have Keelon Russell as my starting quarterback right now is simply because of the way of what we've seen him do in A-Day. That performance right there, because really that's all we got to go on. All right. But last year, Keelon Russell, he only had 15 attempts with 11 completions, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So we don't have much to go on. So A-Day is what we got to go on. I'm the one I always talk about when you can't take too much from A-Day, but A-Day showed us that Keelon Russell is the better quarterback right now. So what's your opinion on that?
All right. And I know that may be a topic later, so I don't want to delve too far into it, but I'll say this. Russell's got that it factor that you just can't coach it. You can't buy it. Like, man, he just got something. You know what I mean? He's special. You could tell he's special. It's like when you seen Bryce Young for the first time. You're like, oh, right. That kid's special. But I think what's going to really lean everything in his favor, if you look at the A-Day game, look at what we did in the RPO game with him. With his ability to move around and create something can help the run game, because he's going to freeze linebackers. He's going to have corners and safeties looking, and that little split-second decision, as accurate as he is, he's going to be able to hurt some offenses or some defenses, excuse me. So, yeah, man, I think it's his. Now, don't get me wrong. We hear Austin Mack was bummed up a little bit. He was nicked up. They were running a little bit different offense, and I'm sure it's because he was injured, but he don't seem to have the mobility that Russell does. I think Russell's the best of both worlds. That kid's got a cannon just like Mac does, but he's accurate, scary accurate. And so to me, it's Russell's to lose. Mac would have to be perfect from now to the first ball game to get it, and I don't think he can be. I think he's a good quarterback, and he's been in the system a while, but you just can't deny the talent Russell's got, man.
I agree with everything you said, but with Austin Mack, I think Austin Mack still got a chance to become the starter. But like you said, he got to be perfect. Austin Mack showed us a little bit last season in that national championship game, even though we got blew out. He came in off the bench, unexpectedly put a drive together, got us the only 3 points that we got. So, and plus when he got in during, you can't really account nothing to garbage time, but he showed us that he can be accurate during garbage time. I mean, accurate with the ball when he did get in garbage time. Remember, even in garbage time, even though your offense is number 2 or 3, you're still playing against starters in garbage time of the opposing team. So, but with Keelon Russell, he showed us that he could think under pressure. He can make the right decisions under pressure. He can elude pressure. He keeps his eyes downfield. He takes the check down. He don't try to force anything, really. So that's what I like. I mean, and his accuracy is just off the chain. I mean, it's crazy to me. Yep. So, me, personally, what I seen in the A-Day game, I'm putting Keelon Russell up in there with a Bryce Young, too. So, but hey, we'll see once the season starts. We'll see who trot out on the field first. But as of right now, I'll go with Keelon Russell as my starter. So at running back, I'm gonna go with Daniel Hill. I'm going with Daniel Hill simply because of the experience that he got from last season. He done lost weight. He looked a little bit more shiftier to me during A-Day. I mean, I like Daniel Hill from last year also, even though, I mean, he didn't put up big numbers. I still like what he did. I think he still got the power. So I just mind that he's the guy for me at running back. But I just think all of our running backs need to work on pass protection. So, who you got at running back?
I mean, for right now, I agree with you. I think it'll be Hill. Now, I had some issues with Hill because I heard all off season about how this man squatted 800 pounds. And I thought, Lord, this man's going to come out like Incredible Hulk. And then during that A-Day game, he let a corner take him down at the goal line. And now look, Dejon Lee ain't no ordinary corner. He built like a high school defensive end. Don't get me wrong. But still, I need you to get your head in there and knock somebody down a little bit. Get a little more physical. I know he can do it.
Yeah.
So, because, I mean, we're breaking in a talented but inexperienced offensive line under a new O-line coach. And so, you know, you're going to have to stick it up in the hole sometimes and just try to fight for things. But I think he gives us the best option. Now, don't get me wrong. Is it Crowell?
Yeah, Crowell.
I think he will climb the leaderboard when he comes down, gets some more reps. He's not a kid.
Remember, he didn't play in A-Day.
Yeah, he's been hurt.
Yeah.
But I've been watching him for 2 or 3 years of high school ball, and man, he just got undeniable talent. I really think down the road he'll be in that rotation. But did you check out Trayshawn Brown though?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of him too. I mean, he getting a lot of praise right now.
Good hands, and I mean that type of offense, they love a running back that can catch, and that's the thing. Give Daniel Hill a leg up too. He's got good hands, so I agree with you again. That Daniel Hill, I think, is going to be your starter.
You know, I also like the way AK Deal run. Also,
I do too.
Now, Dead Pat. I mean, he got blew the fuck up, but
yeah,
and still he stuck his head in there.
He did.
He picked up the block, even though he got basically ran over. He slowed him down a little bit, but that's what you want out your back. You want him to put his head in there and at least attempt to pass block. You know what I'm saying? But he got to do a better job in that. But I do like the way AK did run. So, wide receiver. You know I'm going Ryan Williams-Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
And being that the transfer from NC State got injured, Noah Rogers. So being that he got injured, I'm going with Ryan Coleman Williams and Rico Scott on the outside and Lazio Brooks in the slot. Now, if I had to choose, if I didn't, put Rico Scott in there, it'll be Derek Meadows. So, because Noah Rogers, I think he's a big-bodied receiver, and you'll be trading another big-bodied receiver for another one in Derek Meadows. Derek Meadows, 6'5" and like 220-something, I think. So them will be my starting 3 wide receivers: Ryan Coleman Williams, Lazio Brooks, and Rico Scott. We know what Lazio Brooks going to bring. Now, Ryan Williams, he got them hands together, will be good on the edges. I mean, on the edges and at the slot. It's just the other one, the other outside wide receiver. So, who would you put in place of Noah Rogers?
Man, see, that's tough for me because, we watched Sadarian Morgan break out in that 8-day game.
Yeah.
I mean, we really did. And there's something about, him and Derek Meadows are a size matchup for people. And if you could find a way to get both those guys on the field at the same time, you're causing some problems. So I agree with you, number one. And I'd like to say something, too, if you don't mind just a second, about Ryan Coleman Williams. I've been hard on this man. Don't get me wrong. I have been. In fact, last year, I was calling him the highest paid decoy in college football.
Right.
But that don't mean I ain't rooting for him. I just want him to get his butt out of, head out of his butt a little bit, get it going. But, man, I like what we seen out of him in A-Day game because you know what we seen? We seen him going up and snatching the ball. He wouldn't
with
body
his hands.
Catching. That's right. Wouldn't body catching. Wouldn't, having to bat it around trying to get his hands on it. He was doing good routes, man. He looked good. And, he'd been saying in the offseason, he'd been rather quiet for the most part. But he's been telling everybody, he's kind of like, I told y'all, now I'm going to show y'all. And I think he will. His talent's unbelievable, man. He just got to get it together, and he's got time.
Yeah, I think he'll have a better season last year. It seems to me he done got bigger and stronger, too.
Yeah, he's put on some weight.
Yeah. Like I say, we know what Lotzville Brooks is gonna bring. He's a no-brainer. We don't even gotta talk about him. I think he's gonna be the next Jalen Waddle, in my opinion.
I agree with that. What he can do with the ball in his hands real quick, man, and his route running's nasty. He's nasty with it. But man, we're kind of loaded up regardless. Like, but yeah, I like what you said about Rico Scott. I could see Morgan getting some work in with him. Like, it's gonna be hard to keep that kid off the field.
Morgan, he's gonna be on the field for sure.
Yeah, and I think Noah Rogers will be too if he can get back quick enough. That's pretty nasty injury.
Yeah, what was the severity of his injury? I didn't hear about it.
From what I've heard, they said he won't be ready for the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I seen that part, but they never said what the injury was.
Yeah, I hadn't heard specifically.
Yeah, but Rico Scott, man, I've been wanting to see more of him.
Yep, same.
So I think he can be that guy too.
He was doing a lot with the ball after he was getting his hands on it. Like, he was doing a lot with doing a little extra there. So yeah, I want to see that as well.
Yeah. Do you feel like Cedarian Morgan could be the next great wide receiver for Alabama?
I think he's got the ability. Like, the biggest knock on him coming out of high school is that he might have trouble getting separation speed-wise. But with his size and the way they're kind of letting him play off ball a little bit in these break routes, that's not going to be an issue.
Right.
And you can't double up anybody in that whole lineup. I mean, everybody's so talented.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be hard to keep off the field, man.
Yeah, I think the thing about Ryan Williams, I want to see how he improved in his downfield blocking.
I agree.
That's what I want to see when it comes to Ryan Williams. I don't think I got any questions as far as him, his route running and catching the ball. I just want to see about his downfield blocking. Has he gotten better at that?
Yeah, I agree. There was times last year where you could tell he give up on plays because he wasn't getting the ball in the pass game, and there was times where you would see him really not giving his all, blocking. And it's a team sport. You're gonna get your numbers if you do it right. So I mean, you got to get out there and give effort.
You seen that he wasn't going 100% in his route running last season either.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think, he's the leader now in that room. So he gonna have to show them younger guys what it takes. But MFR Jones say he think Noah Rogers has a meniscus tear from what he heard.
That's a tough. That recovery road's pretty tough on that. It's hard to trust it when you're coming back, your cuts and everything, and trying to get your speed right. So I mean, we're rooting for him.
Right. Peter Griffin, we're not taking calls tonight. All right, let's tie it in. I'm going with Caleb Edwards. That's my guy. I like Caleb Edwards. Caleb Edwards kind of flashed for me last season.
Yep.
He's a pretty big guy too. Big hands. I like Caleb Edwards. So I'm going with him at tight end. I know we still got Danny Lewis. Don't know his issue. We got Josh Ford. Josh Ford looked good too. I think that's his name. Ain't it Josh Ford?
Yeah, Josh Ford.
Yeah, he looked good too at tight end. So Marshall Pritchett, I know he's still there.
Oh yeah, Pritchett will get his reps.
Yeah. So, but as a starter, I'm gonna go with Caleb Edwards. Who you got?
I agree. I think Josh Ford will be more in like that Robbie Oots role.
Yeah.
That we were kind of missing.
Right.
I think he'll be more because he's a really good blocker. I thought Jay Lindsey looked good in limited role in the A-Day game. I seen some things out of him I really like.
Right.
Now, I don't think he'll start. I'm with you. I think Caleb Edwards just got it locked down, man. He's talented. I liked what I seen out of him last year.
Yeah.
But, man, that tight end room's deep. It really is. It's really,
yeah.
Really
yeah.
deep.
We got a deep tight end room. We got
we didn't even mention Max Sutter. There's one other guy too.
We didn't. Hell, I forgot about him. Shit. But yeah, we deep in that tight end room, just like wide receiver room and at running back. But let's get to this offensive line. Left tackle, you already know it's been put out there that Jackson Lord is a starting left tackle, and he looked pretty decent.
Oh yeah,
from the little bit I seen, he looked pretty decent. So Ryan Grover probably made the right call on that one. But you know, this ain't this. We still got a long way to go. Um, I just hope that the competition is still there, even though you know Ryan Grubb came out and said ain't no competition. I just hope the guys are still competing. But the thing about it, they competing for number 2 if you look at it.
Mhm.
So I hope they still there. At left guard, we're going with William Sanders. So that's that left side. You know, center, you already know is Racing Delgatti.
Yep.
Yeah, I love what Racing Delgatti got on tape. I love it.
Yep.
That guy, he don't stop until the whistle blow. I love it. Right guard, we going with Michael Carroll since they moved him in the inside.
Yep.
And at right tackle, Javen James transfer from Mississippi State. So
I 100% agree with your whole lineup. That's exactly who my 5 would be. I will say this, though, and I like William Sanders, but if he gets caught looking over his shoulder this year, Mal Waldrop and even maybe Nick Brooks might slide up in there and get that spot.
Mal Waldrop ain't no he's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Now and then you know I talked to a couple of guys about Nick Brooks. They say he was getting put on his ass last season.
No.
Yeah, out there Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they say he was getting put on his ass at times. So if that's the case, huh?
I was hearing a lot of things about Casey Poe last year, and I ain't really hearing much now.
He ain't even in the conversation right now.
I know it.
I don't know what's going on with him. But even in the 8-day game, I seen Xavier Griffin get around Javen James. So
hey, Xavier Griffin, though, and I know we'll get to him later, but
yeah,
he's a handful now.
He is. He already making a mark. Well, making a name for himself already. He put me in the mind of the hype after 8 of Caleb Downs.
Mm.
That I think he's being talked about in that manner.
I agree. Everybody's been talking about him for months now, too. Like even before the 8-day, everybody's been blowing him up. So,
yep. What's Grove going to do with all that talent on offense? Well, we'll see come September.
Yep.
Talent is not the issue. So that's just my starting 11 offensively. Keelon Russell at quarterback, running back, Daniel Hill, wide receivers, Ryan Coleman Williams, Rico Scott / Derek Meadows on the outside, and Lazio Brooks in the slot. Tight end, Caleb Edwards. Offensive line, left tackle, Jackson Lloyd. Left guard, William Sanders. Center, Racing Delgatti. Right guard, Michael Carroll. Right tackle, Javen James. Do you think this offense can be an explosive offense? You know, Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb love explosives. Do you think they can be an explosive offense no matter who the quarterback is?
That's a tough question. I really do believe no matter who the quarterback is, they're going to get their yardage out of them. They've done it with everybody they've coached throughout the years when they're together. That being said, man, like for us to get back to that elite status in my mind, top 4 team that competes for a national championship, your O-line comes first. Like you got to have a good O-line. And you know, we go out and we get Adrian Clem, who's super experienced guy, man. He's coached under some of the greatest offensive minds and head coaches you could ask for. I mean, June Jones, he was with Bill Belichick, Mike Tomlin, Dan Lanning. When he was at Oregon, man, they had a top 10 rushing attack and a really good offense. I think they give up like 5 sacks that year in like 2022, 23. So, I mean, he's a good coach. He's a good O-line coach. I expect a lot out of them. I mean, I know some of them guys are inexperienced and they hadn't all played together a lot, but, you know, you're at Alabama for a reason. You're talented. You got to put it on tape. There ain't too many guys that we've got this year that the expectations are super high on that offensive line, and I kind of like that. You know, it ain't like last year where everybody was talking about our left tackle being the best in football, possibly. Right. These guys are going to have to go out and make a name for themselves. And I think that's a good thing. You know, they expect you to be good, but they don't necessarily think you're one of the best at your positions in football. So it's your chance to go out and do it. So, I mean, for our offense to be everything we need to be able to run the ball and keep people honest. Because look at that Indiana game. When you couldn't run the ball, they smacked us around.
I mean, that I think that's what caused a lot of our issues on the offensive line. Well, offensively last year, we couldn't run the ball. So defense was just keying on our quarterback.
I wasn't the greatest Ty Simpson fan of all time. He was talented, don't get me wrong. Everything wasn't his fault. But let's be honest. They had that man on the feeding tube by the time we got into the, last third of our season. He was getting beat on. He was out there, didn't know what football game he was at. He was getting tore up so much and was still making some things happen. So, dude, if we can keep, and that's still why I think Russell will be the option with a younger, inexperienced line because he'll be able to move around a little bit and create things and maybe buy some time. But, yeah, I think if this team can gel on the offensive line, we can establish a little bit of a run game. We're going to be hard to handle.
I agree because offensively, everything runs through the offensive line. Quarterback can't be successful. Running back, no wide receivers, no tight end can be successful without the offense, without a capable offensive line. So long as the offensive line do their job, I think we'll be all right offensively. So that's just my take on it. Everything hinges on the offensive line. But Keelon Russell with his mobility, his ability to escape pressure, keep his eyes downfield, and make the throw on the run, that gives us a better chance. Plus, he got the legs too. So I'm fine with what I got on paper. So if you disagree, chat, let me know. And Ephraim, I agree with you. Sometimes Grove will call plays that don't make sense. I agree with that. And hopefully, Coach Keelon DeBoer don't let his friendship get in the way. Yeah. And he get on his ass. Because it might be on the hot seat.
Although I will say this. Sometimes he was limited in what he could do play call wise because we couldn't move the ball.
Right.
That's true. That doesn't help the situation. And you couldn't really set up a lot of deep passes because quarterback ain't got time to throw either. So he was limited at times what he could do. Now, I don't make a ton of excuses. There's some of them calls I just did not understand. But, it does make your job harder.
Right. I think the thing he got to do is get out of calling these fucking trick plays.
Oh,
and sometimes he come with too much eye candy to me. Line up and play football. Do that.
Yep. So I don't need a left tackle running the ball. Don't need all that. That's what we got running backs for.
Exactly. Don't need them catching the ball either.
Mm-mm.
So now I don't mind like you putting him in there as a fullback. Get in the I formation down at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, help get a little push. Yeah.
Now I don't mind that, but no, not at midfield and throwing the ball to him. No, it's good when it works, but when it don't work, then what?
Yep. Then you mess around, hurt your best lineman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not worth it.
Exactly. So let's go to the defensive side of the ball. That nose tackle, I'm going with London Simmons. I think London Simmons is going to be a beast for us. I love what I seen. I love his tape from last season. When he got on the field, he took advantage of it. So, matter of fact, before I even give you my starting 11, do you think this front seven this year will be better than the front seven last year with the two guys? What's the two guys that left to win Ohio State? Quayrashaw and what was his buddy name? James Smith.
Yes, I do. I really do. I think from a talent-wise standpoint, we're better. But I think we've got so many guys across the defensive line that can do multiple things, that can give multiple looks, because he can move them around now. You know, you don't have to just leave this guy here. This guy's a good enough athlete. He can play nose, or he can play the defensive tackle, or some of the more athletic ones, you can slide over to a defensive end spot. So I do think this defensive line is going to be a lot better. And that's saying something, because I actually thought our defense carried us a good part of the season at certain point.
They did. Justin Walker said he's been told Poe has been struggling mightily.
Damn. I hate that, man. I don't like to see nobody do bad. Even in teams I don't like to see players do bad because that's somebody's kid, you know. But yeah, I hate to hear that, because man, he had a little bit of hype coming around him, man, for a little bit.
Yeah. Daniel King, stupid wildcat at the goal line in the 8-day game, dumb play calling just like that. Yeah, I seen on Keelon Russell's first 2 drives, they got down to the 1 but couldn't run it in. Yeah, that was a concern to me, but
yeah, same.
So yeah, but I was at defensive tackle. No, nose tackle. I got London Simmons. So defensive tackle. This might surprise y'all, but I'm going with Edric Hill at defensive tackle. I like Edric Hill. I mean, he didn't get much playing time last year, but he had 3 tackles for loss and 1.5 sacks. I like Edric Hill.
Yep.
I think Edric Hill got a little bit of nastiness in him. So, who would you go with at defensive tackle?
At DT, I'd actually have London Simmons over there. Although he's versatile enough, you can put him at the nose too.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, what's that kid's name from Mississippi State? Was it Kendrick Jones?
Billingsley Jones or something like that? Yeah. Kendrick Billingsley Jones, yeah.
I think him and Terrence Green going to be competing for that nose tackle spot.
Okay.
But when Jeremiah Beeman's 100%, he'll push back for that. That Beeman, he impressed everybody last year.
Jeremiah Beeman is pretty good too now.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty good too.
He was one of them young guys came in last year, really started making some noise.
Right. So
I liked your Edric Hill.
But we got a real competition at DT at defensive tackle and nose guard. I think so. To me, I think all of them guys is versatile.
Oh, absolutely. So I can't wait to hear who you got at Bandit. I think it's pretty cut and dry, but I think there's a couple guys that'll push for.
At Bandit, I got USC transfer Devin Tompkins, but I also got Jeremiah Latham in there.
Mm-hmm.
I got them rotating. So, because Jeremiah Latham, he had that injury last season that ended his season, but I like Devin Tompkins from USC. Who you got?
I'm right there with you on that. Although I think Fatoa Henry and I think even Nolan Wilson make a push too. Like, I've seen some things out of them I like. But man, to me, it's not even really starters on the D-line, because I think you're going to see so much rotation from different things, wanting to give different looks, and from what they want to establish in a game versus different offenses. I think we're afforded that ability this year more than any year since Womack's been there.
Right.
I think I think we're 2 to 3 deep at every spot across the D-line.
I think it's going to be
but talent is there, man.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of rotation.
Mm-hmm.
But that's who I got. That's who I got at Bandit. At Wolf, I got Yanzi Pierre.
Oh yeah.
And I think Yanzi Pierre, his season going to be better than it was last year if he can stay healthy, because he didn't even start every game last year. He came in after Quay Rashaw got hurt.
Yep.
And he was better than Quay Rashaw, I can tell you that.
Yeah, Quay seen that and said, I got to go.
Yeah. Yep. So that's who I got at Wolf. At the mic, I got Caleb Woodson, Virginia Tech transfer.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking Kane Womack seemed to love him. Him and Kalen DeBoer. So, but I got him at the mic, and at Sting, QB Reese. But I also want to see Luke Metz too. I also want to see him. I watched Luke Metz in high school, his film, his tape, man. That dude, man, he could cover.
Mm-hmm.
He can get after the quarterback. He can rush the passer. That dude, and he's pretty damn fast too, and he'll hit your ass. So I want to see. I think QB Reese will be that number one option, but then I think Luke Met's going to be on the field also.
Yeah, I agree with you on every one of these. What's going to surprise people? I think it's Xavier Griffin, who we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
He's going to be Womack's X factor because he can
Yeah.
play off ball linebacker.
Yeah.
And he can play on ball linebacker, and you can move him around and do different things. And that's going to open up a lot of opportunity right there. So, but I agree with your lineup. I got QB Reese, and I think Luke Metz will push for a lot of playing time. Caden Jones, we don't talk about enough at Mike. Yeah. I do believe that Caleb Woodson, I mean, he looked good in the A-Day game. He come in wanting to prove something from Virginia Tech right off the bat. But I think Caden Jones will push for sure. And then Yonze Pierre, it goes without saying. I mean, that's easy for me. I mean, he showed out when he got his chance last year at Wolf, so he's gonna
right.
But Latham's still there, right?
Yeah. Latham. I had him at the Bandit.
Okay.
With Devin Tompkins.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, he back. So he'll be on the field. Hopefully, man, all these guys we talking about can stay healthy, man, throughout the summer and the spring, man. I mean the summer and the and leading up to the fall, man, and at least make it everybody can make it halfway through the season healthy. I know we're gonna have some players dinged up late in the season, but hopefully all of them still can be at 80-90%. Hopefully. So, but the defensive backs that goes without Sabian Brown and Dejon Lee, Keon Saab at free safety, Bray Hubbard at strong safety, Red Morgan at the Husky. So that's I think Red Morgan, Dre Kirkpatrick, those two at the Husky. I think that's the rotation. I think this secondary probably going to be a top 5 secondary in the country.
I'll be honest, talent-wise, I think they're number 1. Of course, you got to do it on the field.
That's true.
So I'm with you, top 5. I thought they were really good last year. I agree with you. Red Morgan at Husky. I mean,
I ain't even mentioned Mincy.
Right.
I ain't even mentioned him. That's crazy.
Dude, there's a lot of talent on this team, man, because, you got Bray and Saab, but
dude.
You turn right around and you got Dre Kirkpatrick, Mincy, you got Ivan Taylor.
Yeah.
Then you've got that Edwards kid, and I even seen them playing him in the box in the A-Day game.
You got Chuck McDonald too. Chuck McDonald. And Rise Up was saying Ivan Taylor is somebody to keep your eyes on. They was talking about him last season during the off season. Before the season last season, but they was talking about Ivan Taylor then. But Rise Up mentioned him. So every time he hit somebody, you could hear it.
Just like Drake Kirkpatrick, man, they get it from the daddy. I mean,
yeah,
Taylor daddy was hell in the NFL, boy. He used to lay the wood when he's at the Steelers.
Yeah, man. So, man, we got so much to look forward to, man, with this entire team. And then, oh man, Connor talked to be pissing me off, man. And Rise Up told me he missed the field goal at A-Day, man. But old boy, he didn't miss shit.
Lorcan Quinn.
Yeah,
Quinn Lorcan.
Yeah, Quinn Lorcan say he was hitting 40 yards, 45 yards, in pregame and stuff. So he wasn't missing shit. So
yeah, I think he hit 247 yards or something like that, which is nice. Thought he missed one, of course. I was on his ass all year last year, which anybody that knows me, and I've been outcast from the community lately, but been gone, but everybody knows me knows I don't give a damn about special teams. If I don't know you, it means you're doing your job. If I'm cussing,
that's true.
That's just kind of how I feel about it. But yeah, I think Lorcan Quinn will end up being the kicker.
Well, you know me, I just want the best man on the field at every position. Damn the feelings. You can be in the rotation. You'll get on the field. Yep. Somebody just be on it more than you will. That's just the way I feel about it. So, If anybody got in the chat got an issue with my starting 22, you can let me know. But I ain't changing it. So it is what it is. But is it too early? Is it too early to crown Keelon Russell as the starter for 2026?
I do think it's probably too early to just assume he will be there because, I mean, there again, Austin Mack's a guy that's been with this coach for a long time, been in this system a long time, got a strong arm, man. And like you talked about the Indiana game, we may not have had any points on the board if they didn't put him in eventually. Right. You know, he did help lead a drive down the field. He did some things. I like this comment down here, Josh Johnson. He said, you need to let it play out. And I agree. And I've already said Russell's got that it factor. When his time comes, he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in college football. And I don't doubt he will be the starter because I think Mack's going to have to be so damn near perfect to take him over that it's just not, you know. But you can't have Russell running around too inexperienced thinking, well, this job's mine. I ain't got to work hard. And I don't know his mentality. I mean, he comes from Texas playing, you know, big-time high school ball. He's a good quarterback. We've seen all that. But, you know, never say never. Like, you really can't count Mack out yet.
Ken, the Bama fan, what is Austin Mack going to show now that he hasn't shown in 3 to 4 years? He could show us the same thing that Mac Jones didn't show us in 4 years. Yeah. He can show us the same thing. I mean, he waited his turn. And now it's here. He has got to go out and do it. He got to prove it. That's what Mac Jones did. And he won the starting job.
But if I'm being honest, and this don't mean diddly shit, but if I'm head coach, yeah, Russell's my quarterback.
Yeah.
He brings too much to the table.
Most definitely. But for right now, yeah, I think it's too early. Even though it looks like Russell will be the starter, and if we had a game today, Russell would be the starter, in my opinion.
Yep.
But it's too early right now. We got 5.5 months to go. Anything can happen. You know, God forbid Russell get hurt. Mack got to be ready. So, but far as Austin Mack winning the job, he got to go do it. He got to prove it. And him being dinged up, like I said the other day, I don't think him being dinged up really made that much of a difference the way Keelon Russell looked. That's just me. Even though, you know, Keelon Russell got most of the snaps, I mean, he looked damn good in damn near every snap that he took.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think it's too early. I think Austin Mack, he still got a possibility of winning the job. I think it's, you know, slim to none. But who knows what Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grove is looking for? Those are the two. They in practice every day. They in the film room. You know what I'm saying? We just going by an 8-day game. So they like I say, they at practice. They freaking in the film room. They went out and recruited this guy for a reason. That's all I know. He had Alabama, he left Washington, came to Alabama for a reason. And he been in this system for what, 3 years now, going into his 4th year. So I'm quite sure he know a little bit. And I'll keep going back to that Indiana game. I like what I seen out of Austin Mack. Sometimes it takes a real game time situations for quarterbacks to perform at their best. So, hey, maybe that's the case with Austin Mack.
And we act like Ty Simpson was a fly-by-night. He's been in the system a long time, too.
Yeah, Ty Simpson was there 3 years before he started. I think he was behind Bryce Young and Jalen Milroe. So, yeah. So, we'll see, man. We'll see. You look at these other guys that look how long Mendoza was in school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's a while. Even Joe Burrow was in school quite a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, transferred from Ohio State.
Yeah. Yep. So hey, it be that way sometime, man. It be that way sometime. So maybe Mac Jones can, not Mac Jones, but Austin Mack can come in and impress these coaches enough to be trotting out on the field come freaking what is it, September the 5th or whenever the first game is.
Yep.
But hey, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the best player. I'm rooting for everybody, man. I want the best player to play. I don't pick favorites. What I've seen out of Russell, I like, but I remember seeing Austin Mack come in that Louisiana, was it Louisiana Monroe last year, or Louisiana Lafayette that we played?
It was Louisiana Monroe.
Man, was throwing missiles. So, I mean, he got some arm talent.
But you know it's a good thing. We starting out with two, I think, easy teams, even though one of them is Kentucky.
Yeah.
I think we starting out with two easy teams. I think we'll see both of these quarterbacks in both of those games. I think. Now, I don't have an issue with the competition bleeding into the season.
Nope.
I don't have no issue with it.
Make them earn it.
If it's, if it comes down to that, I don't have that's a good problem to have. See, but this the thing. I don't hear nobody asking who gonna be y'all quarterback this year. I don't hear nobody asking that.
I know.
But anyway, another question for you. If Alabama don't make it to the playoff with this roster, is Coach Keelon DeBoer done at Alabama?
Man, that's a deep question right there. All right. So let's talk about this. All right. So DeBoer's what, 20-8 in his first two seasons?
Yeah. 20-8.
Barely missed the playoffs his first year, made it into the playoffs last year. Got to the
playoff
SEC,
win.
Got a playoff win.
Went to the SEC championship.
Got beat by Georgia, a good football team. So I ain't gonna be upset about that. But
hold on, you was first going into that game, first in the SEC.
Yep. So I mean, let's don't act like he ain't had no accomplishments going into this. I mean, 20-8 is a pretty good record. To me, I say slow your roll, and here's why. This was a program that was on a slow downward descent in Saban's last few years too. People don't want to talk about it.
Facts.
We were trending downwards.
Facts.
When he retired. We had made it into the playoffs a year. We'd done some things, won an SEC championship, but we were slowly declining. You could see it. The run game struggles had started under him.
The offensive line struggles.
Absolutely. And problems with the defensive line as well. So will the seat be hot? Yeah, probably from a lot of fans. But to me, here's my opinion on this. It's not easy taking over after one of the greatest coaches of all time. Ask Bill Curry. You know what I mean? Ask Ray Perkins. They had good years at Alabama, but they wouldn't Bear Bryant good. Right. And out the door they went. Then Gene Stallings comes along, takes us back to glory. But then a couple years after that's fading, people start talking about wanting to get rid of him. Then you get Mike Dubose, who can't quit humping the help, so he couldn't focus on football. And then the cycle just got bad. We had Francione and Mike Price for a cup of coffee, didn't even coach a game, and it trended downwards, man. It got ugly for a long time. And then I still think this is going to get me some heat in the chat, but it is what it is. I think Mike Shula didn't deserve the heat he got sometimes. He started getting us back into a more winning program. Now, we wouldn't top tier. That 05 team had talent and had some bad injuries with Pro Throw, and Brody Kroll was pieced together. But that was a good football team that year. That defense was solid. He had some talent, but he couldn't beat Auburn. And that got him fired. Saban come along, does an incredible job, one of the greatest coaching jobs ever. But you look to our rivals, you look over at Auburn, and since Gene Chizik got let go of, how many coaches they had? 4? 5? And that's not counting interior coaches.
Gus came after Chizik, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gus, and then they fired Gus, and they on their third right now after Gus.
They won a title. They won a title in 2010. Cam Newton won them a title in 2010.
Yeah.
And, man, they're on their fourth head coach, not counting interim coaches like Kevin Steele and Cadillac Williams and Durkin that's come in and filled in for guys after they've been fired before the season was even over. There's no consistency in that program, and that's what can happen when you start just firing guys and trying to replace them left and right. Now, you got to be real careful, because when you're teetering on the level of elite, and we're back to being right there, but we ain't quite there yet. I'm an honest Alabama fan. We're not elite yet. But we've got the potential and the talent, and I think the coaching staff to get us there. But just as much as you teeter in this way, you fire a guy, and you can rock back down. You go away. Auburn did it. Auburn ain't been right in a long time, man. You got to be careful firing folks, man. And that's not to say DeBoer's been perfect. These O-line issues are terrible. They're absolutely terrible. Not being able to run the ball.
But check this out. Even with Nick Saban, going back to 2021, even we made it to the national championship, but that offensive line was terrible. Bryce Young was sacked 47 times that year. So, and that's, and the offensive line was going down every freaking year. So even with Nick Saban, it just ain't got no better under Coach Keelon DeBoer.
Right.
That's it. But how many coaches with Alabama's offensive line you think would lose more than 4 games?
I think a lot of coaches would.
A lot of them.
Yep.
A lot of them. So losing 4 games, shit, in his first year, I think that was a good coaching job.
I agree.
In his very first year. You got to look at what this man did in 2 years. Like you said, 20-8. Made it to the playoffs in his second year. Made it back to the SEC championship his second year. All right. Shit, Georgia's supposed to be the best program in the SEC. Them beat them twice, both years already.
Yeah. So
come on. If you beating the best team in your conference and you making it to the SEC championship on into the playoff, you ain't doing half bad. Shit, you doing better than a lot of these 7-8 year tenured coaches. So, and I mean, look at give me a coach. Give me any coach.
You remember when everybody was trying to fire Ryan Williams a couple years ago? Or not Ryan Williams, good grief. The Ohio State coach, Ryan Day. Ryan Day. Everybody had him gone.
Yeah. Matter of fact, they had him gone the season they won the national championship because they lost to Michigan.
Yep. We thought we was going to see him on Just For Men commercials trying to get his beard right. Like, we didn't think we was going to see him at Ohio State anymore.
I mean, damn. And you look at after freaking LSU fired Les Miles, they had 4-5 down years, and 2019 came. They won that national championship and ain't been the same yet. Fired Gus Malzahn, thought they was getting something in Brian Kelly. He didn't do shit but beat Alabama in his first year.
Yep. And
now they own Lane Kiffin.
Yep. Got stolen goods, got Lane Kiffin. I'm telling you, they're buying a pipe dream with him, but that's a different episode. I ain't never been a fan of him. I like what he did at Bama, but I didn't like what he did at the end at Bama. And I'm telling you right now, man, he's a guy that can get you there, but he can't get you over the top. And that's just really how I feel about it. It's kind of like Hugh Freeze at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
All them great players around him, and couldn't even win the SEC West. That's another conversation.
You got Dabo Swinney. This man been at freaking a head coach at Clemson since what, 2009 or something like that?
Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood. He's been there a while.
Yeah, he won those 2 national championships, but it's been downhill. Is they talking about firing this guy? No, they not, because Dabo Swinney, I don't like Dabo Swinney at all.
No.
But Dabo Swinney is a proven head coach.
Yep.
And I think Coach Keelon DeBoer is a proven head coach. You just don't fire proven head coaches.
You better not, or you end up like Auburn. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. I mean, I done been there, oh, man. He got one more year. But I know damn well we can't afford to fire Coach Keelon DeBoer. Who we going to get? Who we going? You get somebody and you losing 6 and 7 games a year.
Yep.
Then what?
You start playing Middle Tennessee State and hoping your team wins. You remember, man, in early 2000 Alabama teams, you praying we get past Southern Miss.
Even that 2016.
Yeah.
Shit, man. We don't want them days back. I would rather lose 4 games than lose 6 games. I would rather lose 4 games than not even being able to make it to a bowl game.
Absolutely.
And Stacey Go Dawg say DeBoer has sucked.
But he's 2-3 against your team, man. Like, you know,
he's 2-1 against their team.
That's right. 2 wins, 1 loss. And I mean, I'm not shitting on Georgia. Georgia's the model of consistency. A great program, great coaching staff, great players. I'm not talking trash about Georgia. He's beat y'all more times than he's lost to you. Like, bad coaches don't beat Georgia.
Exactly.
Bad coaches do not beat Georgia, especially twice.
Beat Georgia yet.
No. You better bring a lunch pail when you play Georgia. You got to play damn near perfect to beat them.
Come on, man. And then on the worst, matter of fact, when it comes to Georgia, I think their worst loss was to Ole Miss.
I agree.
And that's because freaking Pete Golden had 3 hours of head coaching experience. So I think that was their worst loss. In freaking Kirby Smart tenure. So come on now.
I don't know about all that. But you know, that's not to say DeBoer has done everything perfectly. Look, I still question why Freddie Roach is defensive line coach. We're 6 years in, and I have not seen improvement. And he's a former Alabama great, and I don't like talking about this guy.
And I'm still wondering why freaking what's the name is the running backs coach.
Yep, same here.
You know, so
same here.
You know what I'm saying? We have continued to change offensive line coaches, but we ain't doing nothing about this running back coach.
That's right.
And I'm hoping we got the right offensive line coach now. And this man, Adrian Clem, has been successful everywhere he's been.
Yes, he has.
So if he can't be successful at Alabama, I don't know what's the problem. With all this talent.
Alabama poll makes a great point right here. He said it took Kirby 5 years to get a chip.
Yeah, it did. But they want Coach Keelon DeBoer to come in right away to get it. Now, I got to give Kirby credit. He was there in his second year.
Yeah, he was. Because he's a good coach.
Second year. So
he learned from the best.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, you'll never hear me say he's a bad coach. Never. He is a great coach.
So you got to look at it. This man, now he did go to Washington and he did go to Washington and have them in the national championship his second year.
Washington. Say that again. Washington.
And the year before he got there, Washington went 4-8. And in his first year, they won 11 games.
He's won everywhere he went.
Was in the national championship game.
At every level, he's been a head coach. He's won.
When he was at Sioux Falls, this man was at Sioux Falls 5 years. His first year, he made the playoffs. His second year, I know he won three national championships. His first year, he made the playoffs, and one of those years, he lost the national championship game, or got beat the game before that.
Yep.
So that was 5 years in the playoffs every year, and won it 3 times. And then he went to did he go to Fresno State after that? Or he made them better?
Yep, Fresno State.
Went to Indiana as an offensive coordinator, made that offense better. It might have been vice versa. I think he was the offensive coordinator at Indiana first, and then went to Fresno State.
Well, can you imagine walking into any job and replacing the guy that did it better than anybody's ever done it?
Exactly. A lot of
people were willing to do it, by the way. A lot of people couldn't take that pressure.
No, a lot of people wouldn't even consider that job.
Yep.
Because they know they couldn't live up to the standard that Nick Saban, brought to Alabama.
I think we're getting plumb goofy sometimes when a guy barely misses the playoffs his first year and makes it into the playoffs and plays for an SEC championship his second year. And people talking about, well, he don't do that this year, he's fired. What are we talking
That's
about?
crazy.
It's crazy to me. Who you gonna go get?
That's just like saying when Kirby went to the national championship and didn't make it back the next year. He didn't make the playoff the next year. Should he have been fired?
No. And they better be glad they didn't.
Exactly.
Because then they got the greatest run in their program's history.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody, Nick Saban broke the mold, man. Like, come in second year, SEC championship game, third year, he wins a title and goes on an unbelievable run. Not everybody's going to do that. There's a little bit of luck involved there, too.
Yeah.
Things break just right. Certain guys don't get hurt. There's a lot of things can happen. I mean,
yeah. Shit, even Kirby got a break. 2021. They know that.
They know it.
And just like in some of those championship games, we got a break.
Absolutely.
So, hey, I think we got a break in one of those games against Clemson.
I do too.
So, because we might have lost that game if
we got to break against Texas in 09.
Oh,
Colt
yeah.
McCoy don't go out there.
Maybe Colt McCoy got hurt. Colt McCoy got hurt. Shit, it wasn't even a championship game, and we got a break against Texas in 22?
Yep.
Because that was a sack. I don't care what nobody say.
I agree.
In the end zone or safety in the end zone. So, but yeah, man, I think we just get, when it comes to DeBoer, we just get a little crazy. For us, it's just sometimes the teams that he lose to. I think that's it. When we lost to that bad Oklahoma team, when we lost to when we lost to Vanderbilt, I think that what got us there. So,
and the thing about it too, this ain't our mom and dad's college football anymore either. This is a whole new world of college football. And transfer portal, a team can become a powerhouse in a year's time, and they can fall from grace just as fast. Like, we're seeing things collectively speed up that we've never seen before. So, I mean, it's a whole new world, man. Saban bowed out for a reason.
Yeah. But you know what? How many football programs, when their coach retired or got fired, how many left an expectation that Nick Saban did? No other coach has had the brand new coach has had the expectations on them that Coach Keelon DeBoer have. None. So now, if he don't make it to the playoff this year, I'll be upset, but I don't think he should be fired.
And there again, inexperienced quarterback under center. I expect us, a delusional Miami fan. They had a good year. I ain't gonna take nothing from Miami. They had a good year. That was a good team. They went a lot further than I thought they were going to. That's for sure. But
that's fact.
But I mean, to me, it's way too early. And I know people are saying, well, there's a lot of ifs. If the offensive line does this, if the running backs, if my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle. I know there's a lot of ifs getting thrown in there, but there's a lot of things got to break your way. I think we're a step in the right direction. I like our OC. For the most part, I like our O-line coach we just hired. I see some good young talent on the O-line. Defensive line's full of talent. I think we're trending in the right direction.
You know what? This is what I'm hoping for. When it comes to Ryan Grubb, I'm hoping he have the kind of turnaround in his second year that Kane Womack did.
Yep.
If that happens,
now wouldn't that a turnaround?
Yes. If that happens, Alabama gonna be dangerous.
And I've been the first one to tell you, I was wanting to be patient, but man, I was pissed off that first year.
Oh, I was. With that defense?
Oh my God.
You're damn right. We was getting toe up in the run.
No, I wasn't as pissed off as when Pete Golden was there.
Man, now Pete Golden gave us some good games at times.
At times.
but he never flipped that switch like Kane Womack. Never. But Kane.
LaQuasia Gordon said Womack's rent was due last year. Must have been. I hope they got him on a 1-year lease too, because we gonna need him to keep coaching like that.
You ain't lying. I think he will. I think
so too. He's getting some pieces he can play with. He likes to come up with stuff. He likes to have athletes that can do different things and move them around and try to trick people and disguise coverages. And I think he's got those guys now. He found some young guys last year that could step in and do that too. And you've seen a jump in that team defensively.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you like this. A lot of people were saying that Coach Keelon DeBoer is waiting until all the Nick Saban players are gone. Well, they gone now.
They gone.
They gone now. So I want to see what this is like. Now, had it been me coming in after Nick Saban, I ain't changing shit. That would have been me. I'm not changing nothing. So, because what you was doing, it was proven to work.
I can admire a guy for wanting to change things and make it his when the old way was working. I can admire that, man. It takes some nuts for sure.
It damn sure did. And he took a lot of criticism for it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else, I don't think could have handled that pressure.
I agree with you.
I
wouldn't have wanted that job.
That's just me. So, but hey, it be that way sometime.
Stacy Godall said, "Prove your talent on the field, not all this conjecture." How many times is he gonna have to beat Georgia to be convincing to her? How many times?
I don't get it. Coach Keelon DeBoer leave her crying damn near every time. I don't understand it. Coach Keelon DeBoer has Stacy Godall not even want to watch football. So I mean, it might be a reason why she think the way she think when it comes to Coach Keelon DeBoer.
Got to separate the facts from the feelings sometimes, but and she's got a good team to root for. I get it. Great head coach.
Yeah,
but DeBoer ain't no slouch, man. He's building something.
Yeah, Pamela Co. I appreciate the $4.99 super chat. But yeah, man, it freaking. Yeah, Kirby, Pamela Cole been a member for 20 whole months. I sure appreciate you, Pamela Cole, for supporting me and the Kangaroo Click in this channel. But yeah, Kirby, he's a pretty good coach. Now, I don't like Kirby's antics during games.
No.
But he's a damn good coach. I guess to Georgia fan, he just doing his job. So, Hey, it is what it is, man. He just got to get tough on, I ain't going to say tough on crime, but tough on driving. That's all. But So is there any, after eight-day game, is there any major concerns with this team that you saw?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'll still have concerns about the offensive line until I see them play like we think they should. I'll have concerns about, being able to run the ball, protect the quarterback, especially with two inexperienced guys competing for the starting job. We're going to be fine in certain areas. I still want to see a little bit more out of the defensive line. I think the talent's there, but young and a little bit inexperienced in certain spots at the linebacker job. So it's just going to be a showing what you got kind of thing. Concerns, not really, but definitely things that need to be addressed, no doubt. Because it's been a while since we've looked good on offensive line. It's been a while since we've looked great on defensive line consistently. And it's been a while since we've been able to run the ball and really help out the pass game. So, I mean, I guess really you could call those concerns because they're problems that they've been areas that have been problems for a couple of years now.
Yeah, I got a couple of concerns, man. I mean, like you said, the offensive line, I would want to see how much they improved. Like I said, we got down to the 1 yard line. We couldn't put it in. So I want to see that goal line, offensive line. I want to see that push. Another concern to me, I said Daniel Hill running back, I like him, but I want to see some hard nose running. I want to see you run over some people. I want to see you punish some people. Defensive line, yeah, that's gonna. I want to see physicality out of the offensive line and the defensive line. That's what I wanted to see. I think that was a major concern last year. A talking point, the physicality in the trenches. It just wasn't there. And that's those are my concerns. That's about it. But for E. Brown, what about Mario KB? Come on, man. What about Mario Cristobal? In my opinion, Mario Cristobal, he ain't developing nobody. I just want you to know Miami didn't get good until they start bringing in all those transfer, or until they start paying all those players to come in to Miami. Mario Cristobal ain't developing nobody. He getting players that other coaches already developed and put them together. That's what he's doing. It's a reason why you done went out and got transfer quarterbacks 3 years in a row, because he can't develop quarterbacks. It's a reason for that. It's a reason you paid Carson Beck $4 million to throw a national championship ceiling interception. It's a reason you went out and tampered with who was it, NC State's quarterback, and got him to come over there, because he ain't developing them. Those are my thoughts on Mario.
Yep.
You got good.
Mario,
huh?
I look at Mario like I look at the man that's at LSU now.
Yeah.
He can grab the portal players, the guys are pretty well talented, throw a team together, surprise some people, and do some things. Get you to the playoffs. But Lane Kiffin got to prove me something, and Mario got to take that next step too. Now, he had a great year. He did. Miami had a great year.
Yeah.
He put together a good team. They were this close for a little bit. But there again, what are you going to do when teams start out spending you and getting better players in that transfer portal? Yeah. Can you develop them then? Like, that's what I got to see out of certain guys.
Yeah. And I think that national championship game, the best coach won. Even though both of them went out and got all those transfers, Kurt Signetti, he was doing this when he was at James Madison.
Yep.
He was winning at a high level then. Mario Cristobal ain't never won at a high level.
Nope.
Not as a head coach. And now he done put together a couple of good seasons with transfers. And he's sticking to that remedy. So,
but then you go up against a team like an Ohio State or a Texas or an LSU that can outspend, can spend as much money as you nearly or more. Then what?
So,
I
mean, Mario, he's a good head coach.
Oh yeah, he's no slouch. He ain't a bad coach.
Not no great head coach. I don't care that he went to a national championship game. A lot of coaches that went to a national championship game. Ed Orgeron wasn't no great coach, and he won it. So,
yeah, but let's be honest. You got to trip and fall. You can trip and fall in the state of Louisiana and find a 5-star prospect hidden in the woods. Yeah. That state is eat up with great high school football players.
Right.
So if you can't win at LSU, it's more of a telling of you and your coaching abilities, than anything else, because talent's there. So, it showed right there. He come off and took some of Les Miles' talent and got some good players and won. Of course, he had a great offensive coordinator with him, one of the best. But, you're right, though. Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Yeah. No, I think Miami going to be a pretty good team this year.
I do too. I think they'll be good for a while,
I don't think they'll do what they did last season, but I think they'll be pretty damn good.
It's hard to keep that kind of success. It really is.
So my question is, hypothetically speaking, if Alabama win the national championship in 2026, how would the college football world look at Coach Keelon DeBoer then?
That's a good question, because guess what? That's his talent, by the way. It ain't Saban's leftovers.
Exactly.
Like you said, they're gone. So this will be a team he put together.
Yes, and developed.
So I think you would have to say, like, if you're a fan of another team, especially in the SEC, you'd be getting concerned, because people can't sit there and lie. And when our offense was clicking early last year, Teams were scared to play us. We were exposing some pretty good defenses.
Yeah. I just think if our offensive line was up to par, we would have won some games that we lost.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not going to say we won the title last year. Indiana was a good football.
Yeah.
They were a team.
Yeah.
They were a team. But yeah, I'm right there with you. If our offensive line had been better last year, yeah, we would have been tough.
Yeah, I think we would have beat Oklahoma during the season. Just my opinion.
Yeah, that would hurt me.
Stacey Godall say 1 win. What would that have been? The SEC championship, Stacey Godall? Just ask him. Even though we got the brakes beat off us. So yeah, man. But that's pretty much all I got for tonight, man. If you got anything, man, you can talk about it.
Well, I do. I am going to have you remember Lucian had the Bama the final whistle?
Yeah.
Me and him's pretty good buddies, and he's putting together a network, and he's going to be coming out in about a month or so, roughly.
Okay.
It's called the ABTC OOSP network.
Hold on. Let me write that down.
It's a mouthful. I had to write it down myself.
What is it now?
It's the ABTC OOSP. And we're going to be talking Bama football, and then I'm hoping to get an NFL show started on there because, I ain't never got nobody talking NFL with. Ain't nobody ever want to talk NFL around here. They're all college all the time, which I respect, but I like me some pro football too.
Who is your team?
Oh, I'm a Ravens guy.
Oh, you're a Ravens. Okay. Yeah, I'm a Commanders guy, sadly.
Dude, y'all are in a lot better spot than you was years ago, man. Like,
we were in a lot better spot than we was with Kirk Cousins. I know that.
Woo.
Kirk Cousins right here robbing the NFL.
Man, Rise Up's team threw a bag at him too. Falcons thought they got something.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him sometimes. I don't even try to talk Falcons ball with him. Like he don't even.
Hey, it ain't nothing to talk about, man.
They ain't.
That's like Auburn football. Ain't nothing to talk about. So I mean, come on now.
What's crazy though? Falcons have got some really good talent, young talent.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for me to understand. I don't get it.
Yeah. Speaking of young talent, Alabama got a young talent. Like we said, if Coach Keelon DeBoer win this year's national championship, you better watch out because we got a young team.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all better watch out. You better watch out anyway.
Yep.
Even if they don't win it. But if they happen to do it, Alabama on to new adventures. I just say that.
I agree.
So, but yeah, man. But that's all I got for tonight, man. And I appreciate you coming on and
absolutely it was a
hanging out
pleasure
with me, man. So yeah, and you said HBTC OOSP.
AB.
Yeah, ABTC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ABTC OOSP.
Yes, sir. We're gonna have some things coming down the road. Of course, we're gonna talk some Bama football. We got to.
Okay.
If you know my brother Lucian, he ain't scared to talk about anything and have a strong
Lucian don't hold nothing back.
No, sir. Not at all.
I mean, absolutely nothing. This man went in on Ty Simpson so hard. Lord have mercy.
Yes, he did. And then I asked the question, have we been better off to change or go a different route? And it pretty much ended the network. So I was I'm hoping
watching that show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember seeing you in the chat.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man. But that's all I got for tonight, man. I appreciate you coming on with me, man, and hanging out, man. And hey, anytime you want to come on the show, man, let me know.
Yeah, I would love to come back anytime you'd have me, man. In fact, you'll have to come over with us sometime when we get rolling.
Yeah, no problem, man. But like I say, my show is on Sunday and Wednesday, my live shows.
Okay.
All right. So then that's it. That's the ABTC OOSP.
There's the man right there. Yep.
That's it. Oh, what's going on, Lucian? Roll Tide, brother. That's him. He in here. But yeah, man, hey, y'all, you welcome over here anytime if you want to come on. And I don't invite you, just send me a text and man, we'll make it happen. And when you and Lucian get started up, hey, just let me know.
Yes, sir.
Do he have y'all put together like what days y'all gonna be live and everything? Have y'all worked that out yet?
Right now, we're thinking Thursday nights.
Okay.
We're going to try to start with the first show being Alabama show, and then hopefully I'm wanting to get an NFL show going. And kind of looking for some people that want to be part of it and everything like that. So I wish I could pull Rise Up out of retirement, man.
Man, me and Rise Up had a pretty good show the other night, man. Talking
I
about
know. I was in the chat.
Yeah, man. The chat started. You can go over there and subscribe already. I mean the channel.
Yes.
Okay. I go over there and subscribe as soon as we get off of here, man.
Yeah, I got to get him out of retirement and get Nick Saban Jr. quit working so hard, because it was my two brothers right there, man. I love them too. I miss
them, man. That's them. Matter of fact, I talked to Nick Saban about 30 minutes before we was live, man.
Man, we text every day. I talk to him more than I do most family members.
Right. So yeah, man. He got them 2 jobs now. So he do that when his son football ramping up.
And I respect it. And if you've seen any footage, that kid's on his way.
Yeah, he is. He's getting big too.
And I don't want to forget about Uncle Van when he starts making that big money. You know what I mean?
Hey, he ain't gonna forget. He's big for his age, man.
He is, but man, he's athletic.
Yeah. So and guess what? He's gonna be playing for the right school too, Central Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, you don't get much better than that.
It's a damn show.
Powerhouse.
It is. It is. A lot of athletes that came through Alabama went to Central Tuscaloosa. Central Phoenix City.
Yep. Got some on the team right now.
Yeah, a lot of them. So I'm saying Central Tuscaloosa, but it's Central Phoenix City. So, but anyway, man, let's go ahead and get out of here, man. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Like I said, man, Van, I appreciate you coming on, man. And we'll have to do it again, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me on, and thanks to the chat for putting up with me.
All right, brother. You take it easy, man.
All right, you too, brother.
All right. But yeah, that's Central Phoenix City for Nick Saban's son, man. He playing for one of the best programs in the state of Alabama as far as high school football. Central Tuscaloosa put out so many athletes, and several of them has went to the NFL. So if you think your son is good enough to play high-level high school football, send him to Central Tuscaloosa. And if they can get on the field at Central Tuscaloosa, they might be going somewhere. All right. But if you can't get on the field, you better take your damn kid to another damn school where he can't get on the field. That's all I can tell you. But anyway, Nick Saban Jr., his son, will be on the field at Central Phoenix City High School in the near future. I can tell you that right now. So, hey, it is what it is, man. But anyway, I'm going to get ready to get on up out of here, man. And, hey, once again, y'all go subscribe to ABTCOOSP right here. Y'all go subscribe. Y'all go on over there, subscribe right now. All right. And Van said the channel will be up and running in about a month. All right. So you will see KB over there on ABTCOOSP with Lucian and Fairweather Van. Or what they call him? A long snapper. That's what Van used to call himself also. But anyway, let me go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate all of y'all joining me for tonight's live. I appreciate the Kangaroo Click. Shout out to the Kangaroo Click. And as I always say, if you ain't a member of the Kangaroo Click, go to that homepage, hit that membership button, follow the instructions so you can become a member of the Kangaroo Click. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time KB posts and goes live. And Stacy Go Dogs, don't be a hater all your damn life. All right. Lucian, I appreciate you, brother. Lucian just became the newest member, the latest member of the Kangaroo Click. Shout out to Lucian. Appreciate you, Lucian, for becoming the latest member of the Kangaroo Click, my brother. So, without further ado, let's get out of here. All right. Remember, KB don't give a piss about nothing but, matter of fact, y'all be blessed. And remember, KB don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. And roll damn Tide. All right. So, but Lucian, make sure when you get up and running, hey, hit me up. All right. And I'll be over there. So, everybody, peace and blessings. And y'all have a good night.
Don't give a piss, don't give a piss, don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide. Don't give a piss, don't give a piss, don't give a piss, don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide. Big Bama, big pride, big legacy. Rama Jamma, yeah, they doubting, gotta let them see. You come to Brian Denny, you ain't ready, well, you better be. Roll Tide, Willie screaming at you, that's a guarantee. And he don't give a piss, blitz, Bama blitz. Pressure on your QB, about to make him throw a bitch. Hold up, that A is not Atlanta, that A for Alabama. And if you rep that Tide, gonna stand up. Yeah. Don't give a piss, don't give a piss, don't give a piss, don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide. Don't give a piss, don't give a piss, don't give a piss, don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide, about nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide. Don't give a piss, don't give a piss, don't give a piss, don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide, nothing but the Tide.